So our first page that we're doing today is Systems of Equations, where you were supposed to do your homework for last night. This is page 35A. And we're going to write our first learning target up there on this. So our first learning target is a level 1 learning target, easy peasy. I can identify a system of equations. And let's add a part to it. And its solution. So that's level 1 just because we are identifying. Can anybody tell me how we can turn that level 1 system of equations into a level 2? I can demonstrate a system of equations and its solution. All right, take a point. Put a point on your number line. I can interpret a system of equations and its solution. All right, put a point on your number line. What about level 3? How could we put it into a level 3?
You can put it in a real world situation.
I can put it in a real world situation. All right, give yourself a point. Y'all already have earned one. I can create. All right, that's a point. So you just circle +1. And then if I give you another point, you would circle. All right.
We already have
No, you're 1. I just gave you a point. Oh, you got 1 because everybody did the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't do that with third periods. I forgot. All right, so who has their definition of systems of equations? Hufflepuff, do you think you have a definition for systems of equations? Say it to me one more time. Equations with multiple variables. Do we agree or disagree?
Agree.
Could we say it another way? So an equation.
You erase what you have?
No, add to it. Don't erase what you have. Add to it. An equation with multiple variables. That's why we do things in our own words, so we can add to it. Give y'all's table a point. All right, what's another way? All right, Bo Ravenclaw.
Two equations or more that is set to the solution.
What? Read it to me again.
Two equations or more
2 or more equations
that is set to the solution.
that has a set solution?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. All right, so 2 or more equations with a set solution. All right, can anybody tell me what a solution is? All right, Gryffindor. Van, tell me what you were going to say.
Oh, solving a problem.
Okay, solving a problem, kind of. Solving an equation. But what is the solution to a system? No, you've already answered.
So, variables, are using the variables to plug into the equation.
You can use the variables to plug into an equation. Slytherin, do y'all have one? Answer to the equation. Okay. Do we have another way to say it? So, what does the solution look like on a graph? Show me with your arms. What does the solution look like on a graph?
Wait.
So, what's that called? Where they cross, where they meet. What does it look like on a table?
200.
When what's the same? The x and the domain and range, the x and y. So what is that? What is the solution to a system?
Some
Okay, that's a great way to put it, but I want it a little more specific. A little more specific. When what's equal? Which variables?
X and Y.
How are they equal? So how can we put it in a sentence?
A specific number that is set equal to the either the X or Y that like expressed in the equation.
Close. So what about where the x gives you the same y on both equations? That's what we're looking for, right? Where x and y are the same. So where x and y are the same for both / all equations. So what is the solution on here? Is it in ordered pairs? Is it just a number? What is it?
It's the X and Y.
Which is what?
Y equals X and
No, but that's an ordered pair, right? Yes, no, maybe. It's a coordinate. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Is anybody alive?
Yeah.
One person? Alright, so it's an ordered pair. So if you wrote something different, that's okay. Make sure you're adding these notes to it so that you have more than one answer. It's okay to have different things. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is different ways of finding our solutions. The first way that we are going to do this is what? How do you think we're going to do it?
Work it out.
Graph.
We're going to graph because we have a what at the bottom of the page.
A graph.
We'll see if there's any new announcements for y'all.
I'm glad you do that because none of my other teachers do, and I forget to check my email.
The pageant stuff's due tomorrow.
That's it.
Yeah.
There you go. Why? Because I never said on
Alright, let's graph these. I'm going to use two different colors, and I strongly suggest that you use two different colors.
Can they be a marker?
I'm going to, yes, two different colors of blood.
Oh, yes.
Alright, purple and orange are going to be mine. So can anybody tell me how they think we would graph our first one, our purple mark,
Spitting out here, but I think we go to -2.
on where?
The Y.
So should we first label our x and y axes? Alright, then go down 2, because it's a -2. And what would I do from there?
Go right. Right one.
Where are you at?
You're talking about the first. Go up.
Over is not a direction. We went down 2 and then
Up one to the right one.
up 1, right 1, 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 up 1, right 1. That's what I did, Tater. We're not going over anything because we're not a cow. Could you also go down 1 and left 1?
Yes.
Alright. Who thinks they can tell me how to graph completely correct? Graph the second one.
Wait, I'm still doing the
Alright.
You start,
Mike is doing.
You start at 0, 7.
So I would go where? Tell me what to do.
Start at 0, 7 with your point at 0, 7.
What if I didn't know what 07 was? How would you tell me to get there?
You start in the middle and go up 7.
Okay. Now tell me what to do.
You go down 2 to the right 1
From here?
from 0 to 7.
From here?
Yes.
Okay. I go where?
Down 2 to the right 1. Repeat again. And you do it again.
Do what again?
Down 2 to the right 1.
Oh, they follow.
And then what do I do?
Down 2 to the right 1.
Oh, my ham sandwich. We sunk the battleship. We killed it. They crossed. So this is our solution. Take a point. So who thinks that they can tell me what the solution to that is? All right, Gryffindor.
Choose your.
No.
One. Oh, 2, 1.
What do you say?
Hold on. 1, 2.
3-1. Fantastic. Do we agree or disagree? Give yourself a point. So all we're doing, what we're going to be working on today, is we're going to figure out what our solutions are by where they cross or looking at a table, and then we're going to graph. Easy peasy? All right. Ready for our next page? Okay. How about now? Are you ready now? How about now? Are you ready now?
Are we going to use this one for mom?
Yes. We're going to do some simple ones.
Did you say for all of us to use this or just that table?
Just that table.
What is happening?
The world is spinning.
Holy cow.
Mercury's out of retrograde.
Thank goodness. Right?
That was cute.
Alright. So this is an easy peasy page. All we're doing is we're figuring out what the solution to the system. So this one crosses right here. Bow Battens, can you tell me what that solution is? That's you guys back here. 4-8. Do we agree or disagree?
Agree.
Give yourself a point. Jenny, alone over there at Durmstrang, can you tell me what the solution is to this one? -7-3. Do we agree or disagree? Give yourself 2 points. Give yourself no points.
Wait, are we not writing the number?
We're not there yet. That's on page 36. So thank you for reminding me. Alright, now let's look at our tables. Remember, we need to have X and Y the same. So on the first one, Hufflepuff, where do you think our solution is? 2, -11. Give yourself a point. Do we agree or disagree? And the last one. Hopefully as a class we can figure this out. Class, in occult chant, please tell me what the solution is.
-312.
That's what I'm talking about. Drink the Kool-Aid.
I went. I have a question.
Yes.
Can you have more than one solution?
Yes. We're going to talk about that.
I'm just not going to talk about it.
No, you can talk. It's just something that we're going to discover in a little while. Alright, are we ready for the next page? Are we sure? Okay, so now we're going to break into graphing. This is going to be page 36. I'm a little delirious today,
I
so.
can tell.
Mr. Mark was screaming a whole lot last night at that football game.
How did it start?
It's Friday.
I'll come and bring up some stuff.
Don't want to see y'all. Don't call me, don't text me.
Don't text me.
Don't text me no more. I'm just kidding, you can. Alright, so our learning target for this portion, so our first learning target was identifying a system and solutions. Do you think you guys can handle that?
Yes.
Alright, so this part says I can determine the solution to a system by graphing. So, level 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2.
Two.
Well, is this just a basic recall of figuring out a formula? Or is this a skill learning a concept?
One.
Skills.
I think,
Okay, do y'all know what a skill is?
yeah, it's like,
It's something you learn, right?
yeah,
So a skill is something you develop.
yeah.
Recall means that you just memorize it. So do we memorize how to graph or do we learn how to graph? That's a skill that we develop, right? So is it a skill to figure out the solution by graphing or are we just recalling that?
You were calling it.
It's a skill.
My bad.
We gotta figure out how to do it. It's a
I
skill.
thought it was recalling too because like you've already learned how to graph, but I can see why you're saying it's a skill now.
But because we're not just graphing one thing, we're graphing a whole system. So this is a skill. So this is a level 2. How could we turn this into level 3?
I can
Differentiate. Okay. What's another way we could say it?
I can develop a logical argument on why this is a solution to a system by graph.
That's what I'm talking about. Good job. All right, so our first step today says solve each equation for y. So when you're graphing, you want them to both be in slope-intercept form. So let's make a note that says slope-intercept form. Who remembers what slope-intercept form is? Woo! Give yourself a point. Give your team a point. So looking at our system, and this is how you write a system. You write them on top of each other, you put a squiggy. So we're still going to be doing that. Are both of these in slope-intercept form? Which one is not in slope-intercept form? So now what we're going to do for step 1 is we're going to turn this into slope-intercept form. So this is where all of our skills that we've been doing with literal equations, where we practice that over and over and over and over and over, this is where we use it. This is what we're doing. This is the whole point.
Get excited.
Get excited. Y'all are dead. So to put this in slope-intercept form, are we solving for y or x? So put a force field around y. So we need to get everything away from that. Who thinks they can tell me what to do first?
You add the A.
Add the x. Fantastic. Point for Gryffindor. So we're going to write it as x plus 16. Because remember, we want x first. It's in slope-intercept form. All right. Who can tell me what we do next and the final equation? Marshall? Okay, what's our final equation?
Y equals 16 divided by 4.
We got to divide everything by 4.
Y equals x plus 4.
1/4 x plus 4. Good job.
Okay.
So you have to turn it into slope-intercept form. So you have to simplify. And we're going to rewrite our system so that we have both of these right here.
We need to have a point.
So we got 1/4 x plus 4, and then I just brought my equation down right here. She did get it right, didn't she? Y'all can have a point. Gryffindor. So we're at 1. Where are you going? All right, so step 1 says to solve each equation for y. What does step 2 tell us to do?
Graph all equations in the same coordinate series.
So we are graphing this. Now you graph it on the same thing. If you graph it on two different ones, they won't cross. The whole point is to find the intersection, to find where they meet. So you have to graph it on the same thing. So let's call this X. Let's call this Y. And I'm going to graph my 1/4 X plus 4. What do I do first? How are you looking at me like
I
that?
was about to say they crossed every second number.
Up 4 to the right one.
Okay, first I just go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? Because that's my y-intercept. Alright, well, what do I do from here, Slytherin?
Yes. You go up one, and then to the right.
Somebody else from your table answer.
Up one to the right.
There we go. Up 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I do it again?
Yes.
Could I also go down 1 and left 4? Why would I not go down and to the right?
Because that's familiar.
Because they're not all.
Yes. Do we connect our dots?
Yes.
Connect those dots, children.
Oh, I think so. Oh, I did that.
Stop it. What you doing? Stop working ahead. I know that you can. Wait. For just a minute. Thank you. I appreciate the effort, though. Alright, how would we graph the next one?
You start at -1.
Lupita said it first. She gets the point. Point for Slytherin. Alright, so then what do we do from here?
Go up 3 and to the right 2.
Or you go to the left.
Or you could go down.
Bobattens get a point. And then do we do it again? Oh my.
What you do when you go over your point?
You can only get a maximum of 5. I know. Do they meet?
Yes.
Where do they meet? Do we agree or disagree?
I agree.
Boom. Questions, comments, gripes, complaints so far?
These say great.
Gripes? Yes, grapes. I want to know if you have grapes.
I've always wondered, like, what is
What?
right?
What is a gripe?
Like a one. If you have a problem with something.
But I appreciate you wanting one. Your desire for greatness. Okay, so what we're going to do now, does anybody have any questions before we move into independent work without me? Because if you do, speak now. Talk to your group. If your group has questions, raise the red thing. If you don't have questions, raise the green thing. Talk to your group. See if you have a question.
What pages are we doing?
Next?
Wait.
We're just turning it over. We're just turning it over. Alright. Good, good, good. Good. Do y'all have a question or y'all good? Alright, awesome. Fantastic. Turn your paper over. So this is right now, and if you finish, then you don't have homework work.
Wait, you have to draw.
Are we doing this on the back of
Okay. What method are we on? So what are we going to do to solve?
Having a little graph, like, it's always not.
Get some graph paper.
I forgot that it's in
It's in the 4th drawer. Okay, here we go. Alright, I'm going to put 4 systems up here. You are going to solve them by graphing. You must graph them. What is step 1?
Put it in slope-intercept.
Slope-intercept form. So if it's not in slope-intercept form, what you got to do?
You gotta put it in slope-intercept.
Okay, look at us go, Tater Tots. Look at us go. Yes, hustle, super fast. Would you like me to play music, or do you want to listen to it?
Listen.
I want you to play some Justin.
Can we listen to our own music?
You may listen to your own music. We will move to orange. Alright, I feel like we should just go crazy to begin with.
And then
We should not go
go crazy and then easy.
Crazy and then super easy?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah. Orange Day is not you singing. Who? I don't know what that is.
What that
Dude, he's like the hope for Thompson football.
I don't know what that is.
It's a what?
He's a hope for Thompson
It's a
football.
person. It's
Oh.
a human
It's a
being.
person.
He's the guy. He was the
Oh,
running back.
okay.
I don't know what that is.
It's a person. It's a human being. Stop being psycho, Asbury. Yo.
I bruised the bottom of my foot yesterday at track.
I don't care.
It's really cool. I've never heard of anybody bruising the bottom of their foot.
Aren't you excited?
Yes, very. It's the first time a part of me turned blue.
I didn't mean to laugh at that.
It's okay.
Are the first two super crazy ones?
You tell me.
I think we need to have a day where we just practice drawing these little squiggly things because I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's an S and then a 2. S and then a 2. S and then a 2. Yes.
Okay, so when we're like drawing our graph, we have to draw like all 4 coordinates. I mean,
Quadrants?
yeah.
I don't guess. Uno más, Blair, uno más.
She made me cry.
Wait, you can do the S on the other side.
No, you don't do the squiggy on the other side. You just do the squiggy on one side. Alright, so remember, not only can you gain points, but you can lose points. So make sure you do your work. Don't get distracted by other groups. You don't want to lose your group points. Good luck. May the force be with you. Do you have to graph all of these?
Yes.
Okay.